Heyo folks, I'm Clubbed Games. Whoa, there I am. We're just gonna draw some flowers. I'll show you what I did finish for the foliage. Oh, hold on, this is too loud. There we go. All this is procgen now, except for the dirt. The dirt I placed in the room, and it actually tells the procgen not to place anything there, so that I can enforce that there's a path here. This only matters for this room because you're going to get the axe in here and need that to chop bushes and trees. In the future, I can do whatever I want. But yeah, so the trees are procgen, and this like tufty grass scattered throughout is procgen, and the bushes, not that many bushes. Here's some up here. But yeah, I want to add some flowers to this as well to add color. I actually removed, there were some trees that had like green lichen, or sorry, yellow lichen. I actually removed those because I felt like they were too busy, but I will add some yellow flowers to have that whole color palette there. But yeah, here we go. We're just going to draw a couple and then make a flower object and have it pick a sprite randomly, so I can only have to spawn one, you know. And then we'll be ready to go. Put the phone over there. Okay, so let's start with copying that. We'll just use this space down here, none of which is necessary anymore. And on the background layer, I want to put some grass. There we go. Because this is the background that our flowers will be on. Okay, should be enough space. And on this layer, we'll just draw some flowers. I'm trying to get used to the controls again. It's been a little while since I did lots of Pixelart. So let's get some colors. Some nice yellows. Well, the yellow flower. We could have a pink flower. Maybe a darker one. Oops, let's not fill bucket without having a selection. Blue? Ah! I'm a professional. Blue? And we can deviate from the color palette, but better to not. Now, green is an interesting question. I'm going to pass on green for now. I don't think green shows up in this area. So those can be our three main colored flowers. And then we'll maybe draw two variations of each set. And then we can flip them as well. Just in the code, they can be flipped. Giving us 4 variations for each flower, 12 total flowers. Should be good. Let's start with the yellow ones. Ah! Okay, there we go. Okay, and give myself a little bit more space there. Here's the obvious, which, you know, does convey it quite well. Like our little daisies. We'll call them in the last 2 games, there's been something called a sun lily, none of which ever looked like lilies. But yeah, we'll go with this like kind of cluster of small low flowers for the yellow ones. I've probably drawn most of these exact flowers before. Okay, good. And then we just put some shadows. Actually, what color should we... So a lot of the plants have brown kind of stems, or purple. We'll use this. Kind of dark red for these ones. Yeah, I like that. Very simple. Flowers are easy. They're fun. In fact, we could make it a little bit more striking like that. Let's do that. Okay, and then for the replication, we just take all these, move them around a bit. Variation. Like that better. Oh, these two are horizontally aligned. We should probably actually have them have a different amount of flowers, too. And for the heck of it, we could do a third one that has, like, very few. No, that's correct. There we go. Those are pretty. Okay, we'll do the purple again. We're gonna do the purple ones next. We're gonna use this again for the stem color, so it's consistent between the flowers. Different biology. They have kind of a red. They don't need green. They need a kind of a more red purple in this, at least in this region. But I think mostly on this planet. Science thing, I guess. Let's figure out the shape of these ones. We can make them shaped like that with a longer stem. Oops. For that to stand out, I do want oops. Wow, my hand's a little shaky. These ones look like little guys. They've got kind of arms. Little guys. Don't call them out like that. They're flowers, okay? I could give them eyeballs. Now they're little guys. Oh my god. They're actually awesome. Okay, this patch will only have 2. And then this one should have maybe 4 or even 5. These flowers could probably have some variations though, so... There's a different pattern on those ones. Maybe a bit. Yeah, that's better. Bit more on the shadows. Ooh, wow. I'm really happy with those, both those sets. Let's see if I can make a little bit of variation on these. Maybe I can make a couple of them, no. Go for a redder? Yes, some of these could have an orange interior. Okay, adding a couple pixels to kind of imply that there's like a little bit of like trail lines on the ground. Just at these kind of diagonals. Yeah. That adds more character. Some of these, let me make at least 1 or 2 of them a little bit taller. And just extend the stem by 1 pixel. There we go. Not that many. Mostly they're pretty uniform. Okay. I'm not going to spend forever on these because, I don't know, I think they already look pretty good. And I can change them up or place them later or whatever. The main thing is using the color palette. I think those should go up 1 pixel. There we go. So let's actually take... we'll just draw the rest. As I say, we can put those in the game, but we'll just put them all in at the same time. Is this Breath of the Wild? No, of course not. Terra, that's Final Fantasy something. Oh, I would have gotten there. Okay. There's the famous melody. Let's see, what kind of shape do I have left? I could make them even more dense, or I can make some kind of droopy flowers. Let's try to make droopy flowers. I don't know how well I can... Oh. I'm not sure why the hotkey, when you press delete when there's nothing selected, deletes the layer. I guess because I have the layer selected? That should just not ever happen. Oh, I guess we can do this kind of like poofy. Okay, there's something. Kind of asymmetrical little tufts. I can draw a couple more shapes that have that same kind of evocativeness. I think my neighbors are doing construction. Some weed whacking or something. It's frustrating. These kind of look like little crystals or something growing out of the ground. Yeah, those are cool. I don't know what they are, but it's an alien planet. They're like little scratchy thistles, I guess. That's some shadow. Here we're going to just delete one and rearrange them all. And maybe this is a good spot to have only two even. There we go. This one further to the edge. Take up more space. Okay. So this is 9 flowers times 2 when we flip them. And instead of exporting the whole thing, I'm going to just copy those straight into a new sprite. Realmwilds. Do I want them to be instances? Yeah, I think so. Because then I can, make them destructible. Spawn some butterflies. Heck, we should draw some butterflies next. Okay, so let's turn these into separate images. Let's organize them just for the sake of it. Well, in the proc gen, I actually want the flowers to be similar colors to nearby flowers. So I'm actually going to split this into 3 flowers. Okay, flower A is yellow, flower B is pink, flower C is blue. This also lets me place them by hand if I have a preference for color, and reuse specific colors in other biomes. Like I can have some blue things growing somewhere where blue things look pretty, right? Let's actually duplicate the bush to make flower A. Ooh. This is Minecraft. One health for a flower, that makes sense. Natural plant, that makes sense. Ooh, I could make the flower heads themselves the particle and do the same particles leaves thing here for those. Flower A. And actually, I think this might already be done, so let me comment that out and try it. And let's go and just put some flowers in there. This will only be the yellow ones, I believe. See what they look like. If they're flickering, then we know they'll also be covered by bushes and trees. So that's what this code does, fixes that. Flower power! Yes, hello Ivinsky. Wait. I randomized them and 2 of them randomized? Oh. They have hitboxes. Oops. They are not supposed to do that. Oh, there are. The 5s and the 6s are just pretty similar. You can break them. I'll break both those for a second. I think I want same as sprite. The parent should be breakable. But how do I make it not have collision? How did I do the bush stump? Oh, it's just visible, so... Is breakable hard-coded into the collision code? I think if I just... Maybe if I just do this... This function might do what I want it to without me doing any further investigation. Oh, it does. Look at that. Great. And I can still break them. Oof. Oof. Okay, so I want this to be a parent instead of... No sprite. Where would I put this? Yeah, we'll put it up there for now. This is Zelda. Yes. Flower B. Pink. Oh, what? Oh, I hate this. I hate when you duplicate it. There we go. I always forget to double click again to actually pan the workspace to it. And it's lagging. Great job, Game Maker. I saw some optimistic stuff. I think they may have finally fixed this in the latest beta. Let me put one of each in here. See what they look like, and then we'll add them to the proc gen. Okay, cute. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna restart Game Maker. Because whatever performance issues it has is based on... Yeah, you don't like the Game Maker freezes every time you edit an object or a sprite? It's my favorite feature. Yeah. I understand how hard it is to replicate, and thus hard to fix. This has been happening for a long time, and it's been the last couple updates. There's been like, we think we fixed it, and it hasn't been fixed yet. But there's another one that I haven't tried yet, so we'll see. We'll see. But hopefully that slows it down, or fixes it for a little bit at least. But yeah, let's see here. So now just you gotta go spawn all the flowers in, which is here. Nope. This section. This is the tiles. Yeah, all my procgen code is better than you'd think it would be because of my GenScripts library that I'm using. Which you can get this version of GenScripts. It's on GitHub. I just can't document it. I'm too tired to do that. So nobody can use it really besides me, but I'm using it and it's great. I think it has to do with the YYZ files and the project hatch conflicting with autosave. Yeah, something like that. Something about like, definitely it feels like a memory thing in the way that it like, well, it feels like a memory thing in the way that it gets worse the longer you use it. Or it's fine when you first restart it and then it happens later. That sounds like a memory bug to me. But I don't know much about it. So we're going to replace ground flower A. Well, we can do the seeds if we want the flowers to be equal. Let's do it after bushes. We can do the seeds in one pass, I think, by doing this. And then the seed chance, let's put it the same as bushes. And then we can do 3 near calls. No, target. Worst case, we wait for IDE bugs and someone else fix it. Well, I mean, if someone else can solve it, then they can tell Yo-Yo Games how to fix it, and I'm sure they would. Chance 20-ish, and do this for each of the 3. I could, like, loop through an array of these 3, but I'm just going to copy and paste it. Okay, let's see what this looks like. I'm excited for IDE plugins. It's going to be pretty neat. More Minecraft today. Okay, sure. I was like, there's no flowers. It's about a half-second delay. The proc-gen is very slow in this game. Because I do a whole bunch of shenanigans in order to figure out where proc-gen can happen. In Daughter of Dreams, I just placed a bunch of objects manually where proc-gen can happen. Which was faster in the code, because it was already labeled in the room editor. Much, much slower for me in my life. I'm not super content with the aesthetic of the area. But I like the flowers, I think. So, I guess I'd prefer if they didn't, like, cross walls like this. Also, there's a layer bug that lets me walk up on that cliff. Don't worry about that. But, I don't know. I think it's good. I think this is an improvement. It's less monochrome, for sure. Maybe I just want them to be a little sparser. Let's just reduce the range, so there won't be quite as many. Well, I think that may have had the reverse effect. Let's go. Let's do that instead. Use the chance and keep the range the same. Yeah, just a little bit of color. I think any... once there's like more points of interest. It's hard to feel like it's correct because I chose such a strange color palette. Like the brown and red, like it's not a forest. I think if this was all like familiar colors, I'd be happier with it. But I'm not doing that on purpose. Restart. You see that big delay. Maybe one more auto tile. Instead of just this grass here, I could have... I was thinking of drawing some like cracks, which would fit in the lore. So maybe I'll do that later and see if mixing in some cracks instead of grass helps. They look like Dr. Seuss trees? Yes, thank you. I did actually reference those, I think. I wanted them to be not familiar to real world trees. So I think I did that. I think there'll be lots of tweaking to do in the future. And what time? How long have I been streaming? 40 minutes? That's probably good. Later I'll add butterflies or some other kind of insect to this. So there's a little bit of movement as well. And then there'll be like more level design elements I can add. Like the cool thing about doing proc gen is every new thing I add to the game I can mix in randomly if I want. Like, watch this. One line of code and half those trees, or 10% of the trees will be chopped down. Unless I scuffed it. No, I didn't. There we go. And in this particular room, I think I'm going to do that more because there's going to be a wood chopper's house here, like a lumberjack, I guess. So there'll probably be actually a bunch of them along the bottom section that have been chopped down. But yeah, that's what I can do. Whatever I want. So I can add a new enemy and spawn them in. I can add new bushes or new flowers or new animals. I can add more tile set variation. I do want to add some variation to the cliffs, I think, because they're pretty monotonous at the moment. All that just requires me to draw more art stuff, so I haven't done it yet. But what's exciting about it too is, pardon me, I don't have to draw the art right now because like I can do the level design. I'm done with the level design. When I have that art ready, I just add it to the proc-gen code and it gets added to the levels already. So this is just, this version of the level is just my first version, basically. I think I'm done for now. Besides maybe butterflies, because those really make a big difference. But this is my first version. I can send an alpha version with this and be pretty happy with it. And then when I add more art in the future, I can implement it into the level without having to open the room editor at all. I can also make all of this a more generalized function where I can control using parameters, like how many trees, how many bushes, how many flowers of what colors. And then in each room, I can apply a variation on the Realmwilds foliage, so that each of them has a different character as well, which I will certainly do. For instance, this room will have way more chopped down trees, and more trees, probably, but most rooms won't. And then other rooms that can be like, let's just have yellow and red flowers. And in this room, we'll have yellow and blue flowers, right? So that every room has a little bit, a tiny bit of a visual identity, just based on the variations that I give to it. Oops. Hit F5 on the wrong window. But yeah, I'm gonna take it easy, call the stream over for today. Thanks everyone for watching and chatting. And I'll probably post some short video updates talking about some of these things in more detail eventually, but it's not a priority. Have a good day, everybody, and bye.